Hi guys, Vechs here. So, let's see. We covered global demographic trends, then we covered paid mods, and I was playing Heroes of the Storm with my friend Rylas yesterday, and he got me thinking about a topic I wanted to cover for Vex Talks About. And this is about, it doesn't have to be about MOBA games in particular, but I wanted to talk about how the community behaves, specifically regarding the implementation of the current metagame strategy. Oh boy, that was a mouthful. Let me break it down for you. The meta in games is what's regarded as the best prevailing strategy employed by the highest skilled, most skilled players, the professional players. It's what the pros are doing. Uh, and you kind of get the community sees what the professional players are doing, and they like to emulate it. Now, we were playing some Heroes of the Storm, and got this one person on our team, like, frothing at the mouth, raging that we weren't following the meta for the specific map we were on. Now, the specifics of the gameplay and rules of Heroes of the Storm aren't all that important. Briefly, though, he wanted everybody to go to one lane of the map and surrender the other lane. But I take issue with the fact that the community at large expects to employ the same strategies used by professional players. It was so weird for me to see somebody so passionately, emphatically suggesting that we follow this meta strategy used by professional players. And I want to know what you guys think. Have you ever felt when you play a game that people within the game community that you run into will very vigorously suggest that you follow one specific prevailing strategy, and if you don't, they will possibly even harass you. They'll insult you, degrade you. They'll just become really unctuous towards you. And my issue I have with this is that professional players, for example, in League of Legends, or in Dota, or in Heroes of the Storm, or even in shooter games like Counter-Strike, right? And I played Counter-Strike in Cal, which is a Cyber Athlete Amateur League. And we got pretty close to, I think Cal Invite, the Invitational League. But my group ended up disbanding. There was some drama between two people in the group, and it tore the whole team apart. I didn't really have much to do with it. I was like, y'all want to play some Counter-Strike? Not drama? Okay. Drama? Alright. But my point is that the professional players that are on a team of 5 or 6 people, 4 people, whatever, they game together for months, if not years, and they practice together. They know each other's play styles, and they know what each other are going to do in any given situation. They're on voice communication. They're working very well together. So, why would it make sense for their strategies to work for a group of random people with no voice communication for the whole team? There may be 2 people on the team that have, there may be like duos queuing up together that have voice comm, but the whole team isn't on voice comm. and they've never played together before. They don't know each other. They don't have any strategies prepared beforehand. I don't see how it would be realistic to expect to employ the same metagame strategies that the professional players employ. I guess what I'm saying, what works for the pros doesn't necessarily translate to a random match with random people. I guess that's my main point. And I don't think if you play competitive games and you're really into it, don't be too hard on people for not following what might be the most accepted strategy by the community or the professional players, because I mean, do you have what I would like to see is if someone can present evidence that teams that follow a certain strategy, metagame strategy, set forth by professional players, utilize that strategy in random matches with random people and produce win rates at a statistically significant rate above average. That's what I'd like to see. And until that time, I don't think people should be rude or harass others for not following the one grand professional strategy, and think that everybody needs to basically do what they say. Anyway, and here is the Storm. I think I have about a 71% win rate so far. I'm kind of kicking ass in that game. And my favorite hero is, surprisingly enough, Gazlo. Maybe if Heroes of the Storm gets a little bit more popular, I'll bring it back to my channel. As it stood now, it wasn't getting that many views, so I didn't see a reason to keep it going and basically clutter up my channel with a bunch of videos that nobody would watch. But if you haven't tried it, I'd recommend it. It's pretty fun. It'll be free to play once it gets out of the beta. So it'll be a competitor to League of Legends and Dota 2. Well, I just had to get that off my chest. I wanted to publicly muse about it. I just don't... Like, do these people ever stop and think? Like, they're so fervently supporting something. But did they ever stop to think, like, why they should be so passionate about it? I guess not. I don't think they have. It's just kind of... I guess this is kind of like monkey see, monkey do. The pros did this, so therefore it has to work for me too, in all scenarios and all situations. I remember this one time in League, I don't remember what character it was, but there was this character that was regarded as like just complete crap, and if you picked that character you were trolling, and then some pro player picked it for a match and did well with it. And then all of a sudden everybody's like, oh, okay, wow, this character is the best character ever. It's fad. I guess it's fads. It reminds me of middle school and high school all over again. Or just grade school in general, just fads that go in and out. It's the same with MOBA characters, I guess. Anyway, I'm going to wrap it up here. Thanks for listening to me ramble about this topic. Let me know in the comments if you've seen this kind of behavior, if you've been harassed by people who want to follow the one grand professional strategy, and if you dare object to that strategy, then you're a heretic that deserves to be burned at the stake. I'm sure a lot of you've seen that kind of behavior. Anyway, until then, as always, take it easy.